All right, so here's our topic, stoichiometry. Here's some important information for you if you need it. And I want you to be able to do these two things, explain and perform it. And what that means is you're going to draw the problem, and they're going to look like this. They're going to be very similar, and then you're actually going to calculate it or perform the math. To give you an analogy, let's say the objective was to do the same two verbs with transfiguration. To define it would be to tell somebody what it is, and then to perform it would be to actually do something like transfigure a dog into a cup of hot chocolate. All right, here's a definition of it. And stoichiometry, you could be going from your product to a reactant or vice versa, and you need a balanced equation to do this. Now, to give you like a visual for what you're actually going to be doing, you're going to start with some amount and you're going to convert it into another amount. All right, so you're really converting one thing into another. All right, so these are some practice problems. This isn't real stoichiometry because stoichiometry wouldn't involve recipes, but this is similar how the problems are going to be set up. We've got 6 eggs. How many omelets would I make? First thing you got to do is look up your recipe. This recipe calls for 3 eggs per omelet, and then I would put this on a bracket. Always start top left, and then I put what I'm going to the top, and then like the proportion, this ratio here in the equation, and then I'd multiply across and divide, and I end with 2 omelets. Another example, if I've got some bread, how many sandwiches can I make? Well, we need a chemical equation or an equation. Here we've got it, all right? And then I'm going to set it up on a bracket and do my division, and I'm going to end up with 6. Okay, now with stoichiometry, this is like a map that you can follow. You're always, not always, but you're typically going to start with grams, especially if you've done lab work, because that's really the only thing you can measure. There will be a couple of exceptions to this, like gases you can measure in volume and so forth, but that's a different video. The first thing you want to do is convert to moles, and to do that you would divide by your molar mass with the periodic table. Now, the next step, and this is where the stoichiometry is you're going to use the balanced equation and its molar ratio to convert from one thing to another. And then you would go back to grams, and here you would multiply by the molar mass. Now, you could think of this map just like any subway. It goes both ways. To go back, and this is from grams of B to grams of A, you would just do the same process in reverse, where divide from grams. All right? So you can start on either location. Now, all of these problems, if I'm going from grams of one thing to grams of another, are going to be set up basically in the same way, where you're going to have the grams there, then I'm going to be dividing by the molar mass, then I'm going to convert with the molar ratio. This comes from the balanced chemical equation, and then I go back to grams by multiplying by the molar mass. Now here's a real chemistry example. Let's say I've got 10 grams of H2, and I want to know how much O2 I need, and I'm going to need to convert. So I'm going to start with the grams of hydrogen on the bracket, and then I'm going to find hydrogen's gas's molar mass, which is 2.02. This one is always going to be 1. Don't be confused by this 2 up here. This is always 1 mole. Then I'm going to convert from moles of hydrogen into moles of oxygen. All right? And I'd look at this is my molar ratio, and I'd use the coefficients from the equation to figure it out. So this would be 2, and the oxygen's one is 1. And then I'd go back to use oxygen's molar mass and multiply by it. And then I'm going to cancel out the units that cancel, and there we've got it, and then got 79 grams of O2, 79.2 grams of O2. Here's another example. So I have some salt, have some sodium metal, and I want to make some salt. Well, I'm going to set it up. First thing I'm going to do is convert to moles. and that's by defining the molar mass of sodium. Excuse me. And then I would convert from moles of sodium into moles of salt, all right, which is the molar ratio. I find that 2, and I find that 2, or I find the coefficients of the given substances, and I put them in. You could write this as a 1-to-1 ratio, and you'd still get the same answer. Then I'm going to convert back to grams. All right, and there's my answer, 86.7 grams of sodium. Okay, now I'm going to do this problem a little different just to show you how you end up the same thing. You'll notice that I want to go to iron oxide, all right? That means I would write this here. And so I'm going to put grams of this here because I know it's always going to be that. I look up its molar mass. That's 1 mole of iron oxide. This is always 1. Now I'm starting in Fe, so my moles of Fe are going to be here. I'm going to look for my coefficients of these two chemicals, and I get 2 for both. And then I'm going to go then I would convert to moles of Fe, which would be to divide by the molar mass. And then I put my starting amount there. So once you get fluent with these, you could really set them up anyway. And then I just cross them out. I shouldn't say that. Not that you can set them up anyway, but if you know the pattern, you can really work it backwards. And then I would multiply and divide, and that's my answer. All right. There you are, and I hope this helps. Have a good night. Bye.